Thursday. That means we are back in Lynn Matava's kitchen. And Lynn is a nutrition educator with the University of Maryland Extension. And if you're looking for an easy and delicious breakfast recipe, then Lynn has the recipe for you. Let's check out how to make customizable breakfast pizzas.
I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about balance, and we're going to do so by sharing a fun breakfast idea that you can do with yourself or with your family, or if you have company. So we're going to make some breakfast pizzas today. And I think everybody likes the idea of eating breakfast pizza for breakfast, but I just thought this is a really great way to be creative. And we can talk a little bit about eating for health versus eating for enjoyment while we're doing it. So I've got one here that I've made on a naan bread that I got from the freezer section in our local Indian grocery store. You could also get these in the grocery store in the deli section usually. They're less expensive if you get them in the Indian market, and they're going to be frozen and they aren't going to have all the preservatives, and they just taste more like a fresh piece of bread when you get them. So they crisp up nice. This one I just spread a little bit of cream cheese on. I drizzled a little bit of smashed up strawberries from breakfast a couple days ago, and then I put some berries on there. Would have been great with some granola. I'm out of it at the moment, but another idea that we can throw on there. And again, you could have somebody make their own, so everybody gets to put whatever they want on it. But I've also got some here that I've just put in the oven just to start cooking them. We're going to finish them in the oven, and this is a cool pan that's been sitting for a while. But you could also do it with these tortillas. So we're going to do a couple different ones here. One is I'm just going to take, I've got some eggs, very classic breakfast, and they're scrambled. I'll spread them out over here. I've got some bacon. This stuff crumbles up so nicely when it's cooked and crispy. And look, I've got a half a piece there, and it's already really a good amount for one of these. So it gives you the flavor without having to have all the extra fat and calories. And so I've got the eggs and bacon. What else can I throw on here? I think I'm just going to do a very classic one. Kind of boring, but eggs, bacon, a little bit of cheese. And there you have it. We'll put that in the oven in a moment. I'm going to make another one here that's more my style. So this is going to seem a little wild at first, but just trust me. I'm putting some baby spinach on here. And this is kind of a neat pizza trick in general, even if you want to make a dinner pizza. This stuff melts once it gets into the oven. So it's not going to be this big pile of spinach in the end, believe me. All right, and I've got some egg whites here. Again, a conversation for balance. If you want to get some of the protein without all the fat that's in the eggs, you can certainly use egg whites. I don't eat a ton of eggs during the week, so when I am eating them on a Sunday morning, I want to enjoy the whole egg yolk. And I want to splurge for those calories there. Plus, egg yolks are one of the few foods where vitamin D is present naturally. So a lot of foods like milk, we add it to. We need vitamin D, especially in the winter time when we aren't outside in the sun as much. So that's one of those things you have to choose. I have a little bit of smoked salmon here. I'm going to plop that on. And I've got some olives. Why not? And lastly, I'm going to add some cheese. Now you could add, if you have something, if you're like me and you have these cheeses you buy that are fancy little cheeses, and this is a little piece of brie that's left over, you could slice that up and put it on top. Feta would be really good on this. I think I'm actually going to do the brie because it'll melt really nicely and kind of hold it all together, which is what's holding all the toppings on these is the cheese. But if you're not doing cheese and you wanted to do one of these, say with sliced zucchini or something, we could certainly do that. And another thing you could do on this one, or on either of them, you could crack a raw egg right on top of this, you know, kind of sunny side up, and let that sucker cook and see what happens with it. But that would be another great way that you could do this, because these are just going to go in the oven for a couple minutes. So after a couple minutes in the oven, when all the cheese is melted and started to hold everything together, we're going to pull them out. Make a little bit of noise doing it. And there you have it. We have some delicious and beautiful breakfast pizzas ready to eat. You can see the wide variety of things that we put on these. Get really creative and let everyone in the household make their own. This one's sure to be a hit. I hope you try it. Enjoy.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all of Nutrition Educator Lynn Matava's tips and tricks on our website. To find them, just log on to 47abc.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.